How could you not be romantic about sports? What's good with y'all? It's your boy Poppy. We're back again with another video. This is going to be my review on the Packers' scintillating, thrilling, exhilarating, unbelievably emotionally draining victory 24-21 over the Arizona Cardinals last Thursday. Wow, my goodness, what a ball game this was. It's the first Packers game that I can finally sit down and just watch. Not on Red Zone, not busy with anything else. I could just sit down, know the football game's going on, watch it from beginning to end. Every play, every snap, every timeout, every stoppage, every injury, all of it. And boy, did I enjoy this one. The Packers are coming in this game heavy underdogs. I'm pretty sure we were over a touchdown down in Vegas or whatever. 11 players. Packers are missing 11 players, including MVS, Alan Lazard, and Devontae Adams out with COVID. Josh Myers, Zadarius Smith, Kevin King. So many crucial players on our team coming in injured. Coming in against the red-hot Arizona Cardinals, 7-0. Kyler Murray MVP frontrunner. Defense looking elite. I gotta admit, before this game, I was thinking, there's a good chance we'll lose this game. But as long as we play well enough to where I know if the Packers are completely healthy, we'll win that football game. That was really my expectation going into it. But the Packers played like we beat the Arizona Cardinals. And boy, did we beat the Arizona Cardinals. I mean, credit to Matt LaFleur. Matt LaFleur, he doesn't really get a lot of credit for what he's done since he's been to Green Bay, because everybody says, oh, he inherited a Hall of Fame quarterback. Of course he's going to win all these games. Yeah, sure, but what the guy's been able to do, I'm pretty sure he's, 33-7 now as head coach in his first 3 years with the Packers. It's been unbelievable what he's been able to do. And considering how much of a freak show we were at the end of the McCarthy era, the way he's able to turn the ship around with this consistent play calling, Aaron Rodgers is bought in, the whole offense is bought in, so much so that our top 3 receivers can be out. And we can have such a wonderfully called game like this. Excellently called game by LaFleur, except for inside the 10-yard line, but we'll get to that later. But we just dominated the Cardinals on the line of scrimmage. We had no deep threat with our top wide receivers out. Yet we still dominated the line of scrimmage. We were still getting 6-7 yards a pop on the ground. A.J. Dillon, the quad father, just steamrolling through the line, constantly getting penetration. A.J. Dillon, Aaron Jones. I don't even remember there being a negative run. Honestly, every time we ran the ball, we got at least 3 to 4 yards. And we controlled the clock. We managed the down and distance. There was never a 3rd and 12 or a 2nd and 15. It was always 2nd and 7, 3rd and 4, 3rd and 1, 2nd and 1, like manageable downs. And that's why we had so many long drives in this game. It would control the clock, keep the Cardinals off the field, to where when they got on the field, they were rusty. They were disjointed because they couldn't have a chance to get a rhythm because the Packers were just controlling the clock and controlling the tempo all game long. So huge credit to Matt LaFleur for that. For the offense. For Aaron Rodgers, numbers-wise, wasn't spectacular. Just 22 of 37, 184 yards, 2 TDs, no picks. But while the 184 yards and the 2 TDs doesn't seem that impressive, it's one of the most impressive performances I've seen from Rodgers. It reminded me of the game in 2019 against the Cowboys on the road against Dallas. It's a very similar situation, going on the road against a very good undefeated team. A huge test for the team earlier on in the season. And that game, Aaron Jones had 4 touchdowns. So, again, that game was huge for the run game. Aaron Rodgers, he had no touchdown passes in the day, but he was mistake-free. I want to say he went like 15 of 28, 163 yards. I might be off on that, but it was somewhere close to that, where his numbers weren't spectacular, but if you watched the game, you saw how excellent the game he played. Mistake-free, controlled the tempo, controlled the game, let the running game dominate and take over, and we ended up winning that game relatively comfortably. This game, if not for multiple hijinks inside the 10-yard line or goal-to-goal situations, we would have blown the doors off these guys. Maybe 31-21 or 38-21, but play calling just wasn't good enough when we got inside the 10, which has kind of been a problem all season for us. But huge credit to Aaron Rodgers. He was excellent. Running game, Aaron Jones, Aaron Dillon. After last week's dud of a run game, he ran the ball excellently today, 151 yards on the ground. So credit to the offense, but we do got to fix that red zone offense, though. That's the one thing I'll say. Otherwise, this game would have been a laugher. But on the other side of the ball, the defense. Man, the defense. All the injuries on the defense of the ball. Kevin King, which one might argue was a plus, but Zadarius Smith, our main pass rusher, and several other players being injured. For that defense to step up, to get huge timely turnovers, We get a deflected pick coming just out of the second quarter by Henry Black. That leads to a touchdown that puts the Packers up 17-7 right out of halftime. Gives us a huge, comfortable lead that we ride for the rest of the game. And then our special team was great. Bajorquez was punting fantastically. We got a huge punt inside the 10. They muff it. The Packers recover inside the 10. We ended up not scoring a touchdown on that drive, but again, stealing an extra possession. We got extra possessions. Won the turnover battle 3-0 in the end. Our defense was spectacular. We got pressure on Kyler Murray. That Cardinals offense, which just looked fantastic all year, never able to get a rhythm. Kyler Murray was never able to get going. Granted, DeAndre Hopkins got injured early, so that might have, affected the Cardinals' scheme a little bit, but with all the injuries we have, it pretty much cancels that out. So amazing performance by the defense and offense. It was such a complete victory, and if you just punched in a few of those plays in the red zone, you see I'm kind of harping on that, it would have been a better score line. But even still, the defense in the red zone, as soon as Arizona kind of got the rhythm and got in the red zone, we just kind of let them moonwalk into the end zone. Like James Conner and Zach Ertz, they just walk in for touchdowns in the game. So, I don't really love that. We bent but not break. Of course, the one red zone drive that they absolutely needed to stop at the end, when Arizona got the ball back after the Packers went for it on 4th down on the goal line, 24-21. Could have sealed it, didn't seal it. Turned the ball over on downs. Arizona has the ball on the 1-yard line. And Kyler Murray drives them all the way down. Has this excellent play on 2nd and 18 where he evades the rush, passes it to Chase Edmonds, who breaks a few tackles, goes all the way inside the 5-yard line. I mean, y'all should have seen me during the game. I was ridiculously down bad, unbelievably down bad. I've seen this happen so many times. I've seen it happen with Kurt Warner. I've seen it happen with Carson Palmer. Even freaking Josh Rosen did it back in 2018. A Cardinals quarterback leading an improbable game-winning drive against my team. I've seen it way too many times. I saw it happening again. Kyler Murray with a 99-yard drive against the former MVP Aaron Rodgers to have his MVP. It would have been his MVP moment to lead that touchdown drive, but luckily AJ Green had other ideas. AJ Green just doesn't turn around. I don't know if he thought that the ball wasn't coming to him or that his team had called a timeout. He just fell asleep, and meanwhile, while Kyler Murray throws a perfect back shoulder throw, the only person paying attention to the ball was Rasul Douglas, who we get off the practice squad of guess who? Arizona a few weeks earlier. So thank you for that. And yeah, obviously I was pretty jubilant at that play. What did I just see? What did I just see? Did that just happen? Overall, man, it's just the exercising of demons. Like I said in my snap rant, like so many times, this Cardinals team in this very stadium have subject the Packers to just either heartbreaking or humiliating results in the Rodgers era. And for us to finally go to that stadium, we haven't even played in Arizona since that 2015 playoff loss, that unbelievable playoff loss in the end. And we hadn't played Arizona since they came to Lambeau Field, beat us 20-17, and that was their last game before Mike McCarthy got fired. So the Cardinals have a lot of huge major games against the Cardinals in the Rodgers era. So for us to finally come out with a win in one of these games, such a huge game against a valid NFC opponent, to play as well as we did with all our injuries, it just gives me so much confidence into what this team can do going on in the season. We haven't even begun to play our best football yet. We haven't come close. You got teams like the Cowboys, the Buccaneers, the Rams, even the Cardinals, who I feel have all reached their peak as teams, have all had their peak games, their best games that they'll have all season. I don't think we've had our best game yet. And we've had some pretty darn good games. And if we start to get healthy later on in the season, the confidence rises. Who knows what this team will be capable of when December and January rolls around. Ultimately, I'm pretty excited, and I'm happy for the future of this team and where we can go. That's going to be the video today. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed, and I'll catch you on the flip. Peace.